So let's see if it starts. It's been 3 weeks I haven't started my bike yet. Okay, let's see if it starts. Power on. Okay, so far so good. Lights on. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, I'll just check my battery as well. So it'll tell you what your battery status is. Give me a minute, right? So it'll tell me that despite not using the bike for such a long time. So my battery, as you can see, is showing 14.3, which is exactly the ideal state it should be in. So that's fine. You know what? This is almost the end of February in Hyderabad, and summers are supposed to be on now. But as you can see, it's damn cloudy for some reason. So a friend of mine was telling me yesterday it is predicted to rain, and hence carry your rain gear, which I already have it in my top case. So can you see, I put my GoPro now attached to my chin mount on my new Klim Cryos Pro. I don't know, you call it Klim or Climb, whatever it is. What is there in a name? A rose is a rose is a rose, as they say. I have a 250 kilometers range for my petrol. I will still top it up. The reason is because at times you don't get XP95, the fuel that I normally use in this bike, very easily. Nowadays it's quite prevalent in most of the petrol pumps, but still I just want to ensure that I have it. Swami Sharnamayappa. So far I've done about 9,436 kilometers ever since I bought, and it's barely 2 years old. I haven't ridden it as much as I should to be riding an adventure touring bike. That's my Denali Soundbomb Mini, which basically is nothing but plug and play. You don't really need to do much. No hex scan, nothing required, man. Just plug and play. But yeah, I've been reading in the group that this horn dies on its own all of a sudden. Well, it's been about, what, 3 months since I got this horn and I got installed. I still have the stock horn at home, by the way, because I'm a sort of hoarder, to be honest. I keep things, and in case you never know if this dies, I can just switch on to my stock horn. Now, I really don't know how this horn is going to perform, but I will certainly call it out if it dies on me. So let me get some XP95. I hope they have it. No, I always have this fear because I've got a new chin mount, and it's quite possible that sometimes the chin mount might just fall off because it is stuck to your helmet's chin using a 3M tape. This is from a company called Chin Mount. They actually use 3D printing to ensure that they get the right fitting angle, or whatever you may want to call, for helmets. So you'll have to, when you go to chin mount site, you'll have to choose the helmet for which you want a chin mount. And because it's 3D printed, I think it's quite accurate in the way it sticks to your chin. I've done the review of my helmet last time, and I said it is, if you're going to buy this helmet, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's an amazing helmet. The other thing I bought along with the helmet from the US is the Cardo Edge communicator, which you can see on my left. The helmet, this is where I got it stuck. I was in a dilemma between the Sena and Sena 50S and the Cardo Edge, but after reading the reviews, getting some feedback from people who switched from Sena to Cardo, I said, okay, let me go with the Cardo. So I got this Cardo Edge. I used to use a very basic Sena called SMH10 or something like that, which basically is it's just got a Bluetooth communicator, which means you and your pillion, or you and somebody else, could get connected to it. So it's just two people talking to each other. Doesn't have a mesh technology, and it's a very basic one. But mind you, I got a dual pack, one for myself, one for my helmet, one for my wife's helmet. So when we are on rides, talking through the intercom is such a convenience. I bought the Cardo Edge for the fact that I can communicate with my fellow riders through the mesh technology. But having said that, guys, you got to be mindful of the kind of group you're riding with. So if you're riding with a group that uses Sena, most of them are Sena, it will be a bit of a challenge for you to connect with them. While of course there's an option to connect, but I've never tried it, and I would think it's a bit cumbersome. For Sena people, go for Sena. You got more Cardo for Cardo. One of the biggest differences between Cardo and the Packtalk Edge is that Packtalk Edge is waterproof. Sena is water resistant. First impressions, I think moving from SMH10 to something like Cardo Packtalk Edge seemed like a massive upgrade. They got JBL speakers inside, so the sound output is pretty decent. I got it connected to my phone and started using it through the phone. Little did I realize that you actually have a Cardo Packtalk Edge's app that you can use. There are two ways to get a Cardo Packtalk Edge, communicate with you or use the Cardo Packtalk Edge. One is connected directly through the Cardo Packtalk app, and from the app when it is connected, nothing will get displayed on your TFT screen because using the app. And guys, tell me if there's a way to do both of them, but anyways, it doesn't get displayed onto your TFT screen. Like the way you can see here, nothing comes out like this. So you got to put your phone here, and the phone it is talking to your Cardo Packtalk Edge. And the convenience of using it through the app is that you can actually use voice commands. Voice commands like, hey Cardo, mute. Hey Cardo, play music. Hey Cardo, increase volume. Voice commands are very intuitive, right? It kind of says like I said, hey Cardo, increase volume. Hey Cardo, decrease volume. Hey Cardo, mute. All that works absolutely fine. Okay? And but when a phone call comes, unless your phone is not mounted here, you cannot actually see who's calling you. And if I want to choose tracks, it's a bit difficult. I mean, I can only skip to the next song, previous song, using my voice skills, but I really cannot use a jog dial here to skip to different songs. And also to connect to your phone, of course, you can just say, hey Siri, please call somebody, and it'll call to the phone. But since I've connected, I've tried both the options, and finally I said, let me connect it through my TFT screen. So what I've done right now, as you can see, is that I've connected my Cardo to the TFT screen, right? And as you can see, a small helmet pops up. So my phone is connected to the Cardo, and the Cardo is connected to the TFT screen prompts right now, because once you connect to the screen, you really can't use the voice prompts. That's how it works. So guys and girls, if you're using Cardo Packtalk Edge, can you tell me a way as to how I can ensure I connect my Cardo to the TFT screen like the way I've done, but at the same time be able to use the voice commands, which I'm not able to use. For example, I say, hey Cardo, mute. Nothing's going to happen. Hey Cardo, increase volume. Nothing's going to happen, right? So I don't know if you can do them. So what I've seen is that when I connect it through, I just want to get a sense that if anybody is using a Cardo, please tell me how to use it, how to enable voice commands while it's connected to your TFT screen, like the way I'm doing right now. और ना कभी कभी मुझे लगता है ना कि बाइक को धीरे चलाने में जो मज़ा है ना, वो मज़ा तेज़ चलाने में नहीं आता। और मैं यही कहना चाहता हूँ कि अगर आपको तेज़ चलाना है तो देख लीजिए भैया कि रोड खाली है, ज़्यादा छोटा रोड नहीं है, आप इजीली प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, क्या आने वाला है। वरना मैं तो कहूँगा कि भैया जब तक रास्ता सही साफ नहीं हो तो आप ना भगाएं गाड़ी को। एंड आई मीन इट, आप ट्राई करिए कभी आराम से चलाने का, उसका मज़ा ही अलग है। टेम्परेचर मैंने देखा नहीं, 24 डिग्री दिखा रहा है, तो इट्स नॉट बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी है ना बहुत ठंड है। और ऑफ कोर्स हैदराबाद में तभी गर्मियों का मौसम आने वाला है, तो राइड कितना कर पाएंगे गर्मी में ये तो देखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि गर्मी में राइड करने का मज़ा जो है बहुत कम लोगों को आता है। पर जिनका ये बाइक राइडिंग का एक पैशन है ना, एक कहावत है अंग्रेजी में, हेल और हाई वाटर डजंट मैटर, टाइमिंग मैन, हेल और हाई वाटर इट डजंट मैटर, आई एम गोइंग टू राइड। राइडिंग का जो पैशन है उसका अलग ही भूत सवार होता है लोगों के, एंड दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई दैट हैपेंस। क्रूज में डालें भैया थोड़ा, ओके, क्रूज में डाला उसको, 100 की स्पीड में छोड़ दिया मैंने, अपना हाथ छोड़ दिया। यहाँ ब्रेकफास्ट करेंगे और उसके बाद आगे जाएंगे कॉफ़ी पीने के लिए। I don't know why they've discontinued the Polo, man. I've been so wanting to buy this Polo. It's a poor man's sports car. Get a stage 2, stage 3 tune-up. Get a night aftermarket exhaust to it. It's a small car, but it's an absolute hoot to drive, man, this car. And now if you go on to see used car prices for Polo TSI, the new one that when it got discontinued, I was planning to book it, was about 10 lakhs on road in Hyderabad, I guess, yeah, something like that. Now people for 2-3 years old car also quoting 8.5, 9. Now what do I say now? There's a huge demand for this car in the used market. Lightning quick speed shifts of the DSG. But nevertheless, that's where we are. The Polo TSI, which obviously is not available in the market. So what's a good fun sports hatchback? For that matter, a fun sports car in the budget of 14-15 lakhs, if you were to buy one. I mean, I was searching for it and I realized that the only car that's available in the market today is the Hyundai, as they call it, or Hyundai i20 N-Line DC. Because the 1.2 is a DSG, which is a DK200. And DK200 is never a reliable gearbox. So a DK250 at least that would be. But yeah, having said that, the torque converter that comes in 1 liter is fairly decent. Curious to understand what do the riders actually feel. So now, when you look at this road, okay, it's a 2 plus 2 4-lane. But I have a question to ask that if I'm riding a motorcycle, should I be riding towards the extreme right, towards the divider out there? Or should I be riding pretty much closer to the lane marks out here? As you can see, the white lane marks out there. Should I be riding pretty close to it, either on the right side or the left side? I don't know. What is the right thing you think? So people have different views, and I'm just going to put forth the views that people have got. So what people feel is that if you are going to be riding, let's say, very close towards the extreme left of the road, and knowing our roads, suddenly you might have a surprise coming from the left without much of intimation, and then for you to react, you know, and avoid that vehicle or whatever is coming on the left is going to be quite challenging, because the reflexes have to be smart. You should have that kind of control, but so it's difficult, right? So you won't have time to react. So same goes for the right. They say that if you're very close to the pavement, which is this particular big divider which is running through, if you're very close to it, let's say I'm riding like this, right? Somebody bounces or springs from those trees out. It could be an animal, it could be a person crossing. Again, you don't have any time to kind of react to that surprise. So you can't go left, you can't go right. I mean, you can go left. I don't think you have got enough time for it. So hence, the option that is better is to stay as much as possible on the line that divides the road, right? These lines, which you can see, these lines here. Now, the question is, do you ride on that line? Not suitable, not recommended, because sometimes these lines are freshly painted, and when you're trying to kind of, for example, I'm on this line, right, the white line. Now, when I'm riding on this, let's assume it's freshly painted, and I'm taking this corner now, okay? Because it's freshly painted, you can actually slip and fall. Not good to ride exactly on that white line. Should I be on the left of this lane, or should I be on the right of this lane? What do you guys think about it? And of course, what do you girls who ride the bike think about? What's a safe way to ride on the roads, or highways especially? The scene looks beautiful, right? Had some good coffee at the Cave Coffee Day. I think the weather gods have been absolutely benevolent today, because despite the summer catching up and heat catching up, it's been beautiful climate today. I think I'm reaching home very soon. Have a blast. It's a weekend. Enjoy with your family and friends. Take good care of yourselves, and if possible, someone else is here. On that note, bye for now.